So we are still doing repressed messages, so this is more of a whatever comes out. I have been moving the cards around, but I was really careful to make sure that nothing came out. So that just came out just now, and then, oh, wow, that flipped out. Don't know what it's about yet. I haven't selected a theme. I kind of felt a little bit messages sort of not piling up for the most part, like lining up and not extremely pushy, just, you know, sort of gathering. So we're gonna see what they want to say. What is that? Justice and justice? 1, 2, 3. Huh. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then we have, we're doing the 2 rows, and then the 3rd row. I'm not getting a whole lot from this. Sometimes I get to like this point, right around this point, and then I start getting stuff here. Wow, that's a lot of cards. Let's see what's up. Then we'll talk about what they are. We're going to take these as extras. I don't even know what those are yet. I just see a 3 of Pentacles upright on top. So let's see. We've got this Queen of Wands, 5 of Swords, Justice, Ace of Swords, Justice, the Emperor, 6 of Cups in reverse, and then on the 2nd row, the 4 of Swords in reverse underneath the Queen of Wands. We have the Hermit in reverse underneath that 5 of Swords, Empress underneath Justice, 2 of Pentacles underneath the Ace of Swords, 8 of Cups, we've got Walking Away under Justice, we've got Knight of Pentacles underneath the Emperor, and the 7 of Wands underneath the 6 of Cups in reverse. Let's talk about what's extra. We got 3 of Pentacles, the Fool, Death in reverse, the World in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse, 2 of Cups upright, and 7 of Swords in reverse. I got 5 of Swords. Okay. I'm going to put these, I'm going to keep these extra cards off to the side. I'm going to just put them in whatever order, and then we'll figure out what's going on here. Okay. So when that Queen of Wands came out, that did come out like a karmic energy, but the only thing I did want from this reading was that this reading was going to be about you. So I'm not sure what that has to do with you right now, because I'm not picking it up as you. We have all this justice on the table with this truth, and coming up a little bit like a cheat energy, like a not in a relationship sense, but also more of like holding something that gives me the power, and then like I might have stolen it, taken it maybe. I've got this Emperor here with the 6 of Cups in reverse. Again, a lot of times with the 6 of Cups in reverse, we've been talking about how the 6 of Cups is like a soulmate energy, and how the 6 of Cups in reverse is it's a soulmate energy, but it's not an energy that we're necessarily supposed to stay with. It's just an energy that we're supposed to experience. And then I did pick up this 7 of Wands underneath that has like some kind of conflict. And then I did pick up that 4 of Swords in reverse as that Queen of Wands not allowing that 4 of Swords to like heal, right? And the Queen of Wands in reverse is really the karmic energy, but I've said before in other readings that the Queen of Wands upright comes off sometimes as a karmic energy. Oh, hold on. Let me just look at these extra cards real quick. Oh, weird. I don't think I've ever gotten this before. So, okay. I'm picking this up. Okay. I have often wondered if a karmic energy can evolve. Like if it's there, like it's serving its role, like it never stops serving its role. I mean, we have like free will. So I don't see why a karmic energy wouldn't be able to evolve, except for the fact that maybe if a karmic energy was supposed to be a karmic energy and maybe it's like the deck is stacked against them, you know, like maybe it'd be harder to evolve because of all this stuff they had put on like their, let's say, original character or something to that effect. You know, I was picking this up as not healing or unhealed, you know. But it's coming off as kind of like an evolution of figuring out that being a karmic energy isn't working. Maybe through experiencing the negative justice, let's say, and then going and like really truly thinking about what is the opposite of that, and realizing that someone else got like a positive justice from the ending of some situation. And then we have this other justice card, which is on top of this like Eight of Cups energy, which is that walking away energy. Okay, so we have Empress, Queen of Wands, and we have the Emperor, and we have the King of Pentacles. And this is kind of like what I'm talking about. I feel like as the karmic energy, we already understand who the King of Pentacles is. And when we're unhealed, we sort of go towards that and then try to hold on to it. I don't see the Four of Pentacles per se, but I don't know. I feel like this Three of Pentacles came off like that in another reading where we were kind of like holding on to the idea. Might have come off like juggling, but this is like hung on to the idea of someone because of like what they had. Here's the Two of Pentacles too, and it is kind of coming off a little bit like that as well, which is interesting. And so understanding the value of the King of Pentacles, but like in a way that was a little bit toxic, right? But then when we're, you know, conniving in some sort of way, this came off really like light cheating or like stealing the swords before the battle kind of thing. But I feel like it's more than that when they hold the sword up like that. It's like kind of like doing it in your face, like they've already experienced defeat again before the battle has started. And this sword is like the power, and then we have the Hermit upside down with this now healing card. This Four of Swords that was over there has flipped over. So we realize that, oh my gosh, you know, if we want something different, we do have to change. If we want this person to experience us differently, then we have to change, right? Some other cards came out too. So I have this Ace of Pentacles in reverse on this Justice and the Empress. We realized on the flip side of that justice thing, when we said that somebody else experienced like the good side of it, so we experienced the bad side of it, which is this pentacle upside down, this Ace of Pentacles, and then somebody else received the Ace of Pentacles from it, and it was this Empress. And we figured that we want that instead of what we got, which was this. And so we're willing to change for it because we understand that that is justice. We understand that that's not somebody winning, that that's us winning, right? And then we have this Page of Wands upside down on top of this Ace of Swords and this Two of Pentacles. We go through some stuff to figure out what that change means. Maybe even to the point where we're kind of confused because, you know, at first when we try to figure out what does that change look like from the outside, this is Judgment in reverse. I feel like this is self-induced. Like this is us kind of making the decision, like I said, using our free will to make the decision. It was my elbow had bumped it and I kept trying to fix it because we haven't even touched that deck yet. I'm not even sure if I'm going to pull those cards. And it just, the card like kept staring at me and it wouldn't go back in the deck. So I kind of feel like something pushed us to understand that if we do want something different, we have to do something different. We recognize that as truth. And if we had a hard time figuring out what to do to make the change, we started looking at it in a way where we started doing the opposite of what we were doing before. Like, we literally started with the opposite of what we were doing before. And we understood, again, with this Justice card, what it meant to walk away from this Emperor in reverse energy. The Empress in reverse energy as we walk towards this Empress. Because, again, we figured out somewhere in this healing process that we wanted like an Emperor. That we didn't want to mess around with this like King of Pentacles and then like reverse him and, you know, do all this stuff in our anguish. Like, we wanted to be happy with our match, and we decided who our match was. So we decided who we had to be, or at least we, again, had decided who we shouldn't be, right? We kind of went from there. We kept our eyes, how I've said before, we kept our eyes on the prize. And we were kind of like, who do we have to be a match for this person? This Knight of Pentacles, it it didn't present itself right away, the idea of it, because this is kind of foreign to us. This is a different way of thinking, a different way of regarding someone, and a different type of partner. We just were observant, I think. We understood. That didn't fully come out, but then something did. What is it? This Nine of Swords on top of this Emperor and this Knight of Pentacles. And it's kind of funny because when I was shuffling, trying to get this to come out, this Nine of Swords in reverse on these extra cards was kind of staring at me. And it was like, it was us being tired of the swords. It was us being to this Seven of Swords in reverse too. We don't value the fighting in relationships anymore. We don't value the stabbing in the back, the negative emotions that come with this relationship. You know, we might be getting to a point where we're sort of like settling down, or we might be even getting older and wanting to settle down. I don't really see that necessarily as like in a getting older way, but I think that it's a possibility that the games maybe that we either used to allow others to pull on us, so the games we used to experience, or the games that we used to bring, are no longer fun. We have found some other things, I was going to say in our infinite wisdom, that are more fun, that are wholesome. And then we have the Six of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Wands upright. We don't want to be the type of person that people experience anymore. We want love. I just instinctively picked this up and put it here. I'm still going to pull, yeah, what is this? Yeah, we're willing to wait for it. I just felt like that Three of Wands was somewhere else on the table, and I was going to kind of go back to it. But I feel like even if it is, it's most likely a separate, because, I've got the Three of Pentacles and then Death in reverse over here. We are willing to work to make this a lasting change. We are sincere about wanting to leave this circus. We don't care how many times we have to start over. Yeah, that Judgment in reverse again. We don't like who we were. We weren't happy. So like, even if we liked who we were and we were like benefiting from like, you know, taking advantage of people or whatever, we weren't happy with what we had, and our happiness was more important than, you know, what we could gain from, you know, how we could connive when on an empty playing field, you know, when all we really wanted was love and support, you know, from someone who was responsible. I mean, it really just kind of did make it that simple. So they decided it on their own. They were willing to do the work. Now we're pulling from this deck just to see if there's anything else that wants to come out on this. This is the first time we've seen this. We've seen a lot of people in relationships getting pummeled by someone in the karmic energy so much that they want to get out. It's like they evolve. But I don't think we've ever seen the karmic energy evolve. And this is, like I said, this is a true evolution. This is like a promise to themselves, that Judgment in reverse. This is, I believe, going above and beyond. Yes, here's that Queen of of Wands in reverse, as I said, it came out, as I said, above and beyond. This is us going above and beyond what was programmed here for us on this planet. We just decided. So I guess this is the answer to my question, that the karmic can choose to evolve. And they could probably even find like a soulmate partner that's not in reverse that would be with them, that would make them happy, just like any other twin flame or soulmate relationship. If they pulled it together and healed, that Four of Swords is on the table. Yeah. See, the Six of Cups in reverse. We can reverse this. Yeah. That picture's just, it's an interesting picture for the Six of Cups. I don't know if I need to bring it closer. But it's almost like we were here and we changed some stuff. And we were allowed to do that because our heart was in the right place and because we had served our karmic purpose. It wasn't like we had chosen to be a karmic energy and then at the last second before our destiny began, we changed our minds. We fulfilled the karmic purpose. We awakened someone or did whatever it was we were supposed to do. And then we were kind of alone again, watching someone else find love. And we made a decision. And sometimes when we're pulling these cards, it's like someone deciding they wanted love. No, this one decided they wanted a worthy partner that they could love. They started with a worthy partner, which meant they had to start with themselves. They knew that. Because they knew what their role was in their karmic partnership. Again, all they had to do was look at this and then just become the opposite. I was about to say this person deserves to be commended when the Seven of Pentacles flew out. Yeah. That's the work that they're going to have to put in to attain this, but it is 100% possible for them. 100% available to them. This is someone who, if they pull this off and they get the relationship they want, then they may not have to come down to this planet again to learn that lesson separately. They can learn it here now with this, energy. This Nine of Wands and Knight of Cups and Seven of Swords and this Hermit in reverse again. Yeah, it's I'm telling you, like, I keep wanting to say going within, but it's not so much going within. It's looking what they did outward to people and then doing the opposite. It's new. It's different for them. But every time they screw it up, they just start it over again. They just keep working on it, kind of a thing, because they don't want that negative connotation on their lives anymore. They spend enough time in it, like I said. This Four of Pentacles in reverse, they let it go. They let go of the stuff that they used to think was important, and they adopt a whole nother philosophy. And they're making it look easy, like it literally is that simple. I feel like this is the beginning of something. I feel like I want to get more energy out of it, but I don't get that there is any more energy out of it. I guess I will just say that I do believe that like this person is either starting or has started but is not like complete in doing this yet, has not actually attained or found what they want yet. They have their eye on the prize and they see it, but they haven't gotten it yet. I feel like, I suspect from the energy of this reading that they will. That they absolutely 100% will. And if they do it properly, again, they don't get into it in their own way, that they can have it better than how they wanted it, because they might not even be thinking big. Again, when people manifest, they think small. This person might be thinking small. Something way bigger might be coming to them as a reward for the work that they did on their own. This is karma at work. This is someone who did what they were supposed to do, decided to change, went ahead and effected the change, and was granted the ability to do that because they're kind of like, they're the opposite of the energy that they were in. They're like willing to correct it, was the first thing that came to my mind. They were willing to correct it and put something else out into the world, but like genuinely, like I said. So they're being aided in doing that. So it is really possible to make changes with your free will if that's what you want to do. Keep that in mind until we meet again.